Greetings, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. I love when people hit me up and they say, Prof, give this person a rank 3 thought. We have multiple opportunities this week to look at different rank 3 champions. And today we're starting this with Black Bolt. Now, of course, this is the Black Bolt Synergy team. You got Medusa on there, Hoden, Hitmonkey, and Icarus, of all people. 3-star Icarus at that. With that being said, Black Bolt, like many rank 3 champions, can put in some work. First off, the crits are really impressive. Just the hits themselves. And the crit rate of this Synergy team is pretty dang impressive. Now, I will always have an affinity with Black Bolt because he was the first 4-star I ever opened. And those of you OGs remember Black Bolt Special 2 used to be so powerful that Kabam did not allow you to use a special for Black Bolt Special 2 without taking recoil damage. This was without Suicide Masteries. That was just a standard thing. They said his Special 2 is so good that you're going to have to take some recoil damage. Now, I wish that he had some regen, but look at those numbers. I mean, this is such a fast fight. 11 Furies? Are those like 14 of those Cruelties? Just melted the guy. 60 hits. The only problem with that fight was the recoil damage. Then he said, hold my beer, Prof. I want to show OG Abomination off with a full science synergy team of Mr. Fantastic, MODOK, She-Hulk, a.k.a. Fiona Shrek, and the Dad Bod himself. So, even though I'm somebody who very much prefers the immortal version of Abomination over the OG, Abomination wants to throw his name in the ring. Look at how fast these poisons are stacking. Now, of course, there are going to be champions on any given path that are poison immune, and that severely limits his effectiveness. Black Bolt, not as much. Took some recoil damage, actually took some hits to the face. But the actual poison damage, fairly impressive. Fairly impressive. So easy to stack. You're seeing a lot of 10,000s tick away to start this off, not to mention the crits. And every time he fires a special, just more health is ticking away. He looks very ticked off. There's another 10,000 just casually being ticked away from his health. Now, if Black Bolt was like insanely impressive with the video, Abomination is pretty cool. Pretty cool. But even the duration of the length of video felt like Black Bolt could have easily melted him if he had way more health. Whereas Abomination, it's more that slow grind, almost Void-like, but the ending with those numbers is impressive. I'm not going to deny that. So, there you have 84 hits instead of 60. So, 84 hits in about a minute 50, 60 hits in a minute 19. So we're talking about, in the grand scheme of things, it really does add up, 30 seconds less for Black Bolt. Now, speaking of Black Bolt, he wanted to showcase him in a Labyrinth of Legends fight. So here you can see Labyrinth of Legends Star-Lord against Mr. Black Bolt. With the goal, of course, to try and one-shot. Now the evade gives that pesky block into the special 2. But the crits, I think what impresses me the most about this is that Black Bolt crits so often on his what appears to be both lights and mediums. You get to see consistent yellow numbers. When in doubt, that's why we play the game. For big yellow numbers. Let's see if he gets this special 2 down. 20, 20, 30. Okay, so that is a 70,000 health plus special 2. And those furies and those cruelties are starting to really stack. 8 and 6 respectfully. He is so much better than what I think of. When I did the top 10 Cosmic Champions, and given this is a synergy team that really helps a lot of this, and that cannot be understated. But, Black Bolt, nobody ever brought his name up once. I don't know if you put him in the top 20. But that's what's cool about synergy teams, and also, in general, there's the 50,000 damage cap on that final hit. 10 Furies, by the way. But that's what's really cool about the way that Kabam is starting to improve champions and synergies, is that you can have a class that's so deep, you might have Labyrinth of Legends options with 25 champions of just that class. Boy, that was 140,000 damage, 15 cruelties, 13 furies. Unbelievable. I almost feel like he should have taken him into the abyss, but maybe it's a different kind of frustration with the amount of hits you take before you just got to quit out of that fight. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of like Gamora 2.0, where you don't have to constantly refresh the heavies to keep them stacking, So you get to relax more and bait specials. And look at this. Look at these numbers. These are Corvus-like numbers with like full missions. Corvus-like numbers just for basic hits. 20,000, 13,000. Another 150,000 damage. Nice intercept with the medium. 23,000 per hit. I am now a Black Bolt believer. I have seen the light, and that light is bright. That light is out of sight. Welcome to the fight. And you'll see both have capped at 15, but who cares? That damage is still so crazy. And they're locked at 15. That's what's so cool. He doesn't have to worry about doing a special 3 to a special 1 to a special 2 to a heavy to a parry. Sometimes champions feel like they're MCOC calculus. Not Black Bolt. He's like MCOC basic edition for this fight. And he's just wrecking Star-Lord. Now, I'm not saying he's the best counter. I still think, you get Aegon, especially up to 999. That just makes the game even more fun. But it's hard to argue, especially with the crit damage of these basic hits. 20,000, 13,000. Unbelievable. 50, 50, 50. Just a casual 150, Eat your heart out, Star-Lord. The irony is Star-Lord used to be the number one go-to option for Labyrinth of Legends for a long time. And now he's getting beat up by a guy that, might make him look irrelevant in this fight. Although if you get Star-Lord up to 226 hits, he's doing some crazy damage. But let's say you're talking about Star-Lord's special too, especially if you don't get lucky RNG and have further damage over time, debuffs land. You're not going to do 3 hits that are 50,000 apiece, like 1, 2, 3, another 150. And you'll notice since the stun duration is almost 0, he is having to intercept and kind of play around in the evades, but he's doing such a good job. And I just love watching the 20,000, 13,000, there's a 43,000. Boom. One shot in less than 5 minutes. That's very impressive to me. I am now a Black Bolt believer, and yes, again, the synergy team matters, and I don't want to discount that. But thank you so much, KM on 29, for hitting up the channel and saying, Prof, I want to show you a little bit of Abomination, but Black Bolt, he's the real MVP. He's one of my favorite champions, and now I see even more why that is.